Good morning, everyone. This is Quincy, the fashion motivator with Cousins Genealogical Research, LLC on Facebook. Motivator4401@gmail.com for anyone that wants to reach out or has questions after this video. So this is going to be a short video this morning. I'm going to make a few other ones. As you all know, my passion is genealogical research. I'm almost 40 years old and I've been researching my family's history ever since I was probably 16 years old. So I've collected a series of maps, books, census records, different documents, resources to help people trace their history, especially from like South Carolina, southern parts of Georgia, and Virginia. That's like my area of specialty. This morning's video is regarding something that I found on eBay. Okay, so one of the tricks to the trade is if you're looking for like old documents, manuscripts, books that may contain information or history on your family's lineage, going on eBay and watching the auctions actually really, it's really useful. So what you're looking at right here, this is what today's video is going to be based off of, and this is the Colleton County District of South Carolina. Specifically, we're going to be looking at an area called Walterboro, and more specifically, I guess, Cottageville, which is where my great-grandfather was born. He left that area around like the 1920s and 1930s, but there's so many family stories about his upbringing that are just so mysterious, and so it just piqued my interest. So I started doing a lot of research. So that's what you're looking at here. You're looking at the Mills Atlas 1825 map of Colleton County. And what you see on this map, you actually see like Glover, Elliott. These are the surnames of the property owners, which are also the owners of plantations in the area. And three of these names here are actually the owners of people, the names of owners that owned my family at one time. So nevertheless, you can get this map through the Historical Society. I think I paid like $25 or something like that for it. And I have several different versions of the map. It's just an awesome resource. I also have the Beaufort District as well. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this to the best of my ability. So again, today's video is about how you can go on eBay through the auctions and find books pertaining to the history of your family. And so I was on eBay and I noticed that there were, well, first of all, I put in a search engine, Colleton County old pictures, and some things popped up, like a lot of postcards, which yes, I did. I bought those as well. But there was a book there on eBay. It was very expensive, at least to me, and I like try to budget my money in for research, but I thought that this book would be a blessing. So guess what? I bought the book. So we're going to open the book today together. I'm going to put you guys, I'm going to come right back because I can't do this at the same time. So hold on for me, okay, guys? All right, guys, I'm back. This is the book. This book was so hard to find, but I had read about it, and everywhere I checked to get copies, it was sold out. It was gone. They weren't making any more. It's like, well, only a certain amount were created or made. So, again, my family is from Walterboro, Cottageville, Jacksonboro. That's where my great-grandparents on my father's side of the family were from. Apparently, they were mixed people. In other words, the people that owned my grandparents' family were like the Hoyts, the Bellingers, the Fishburns, the Stokes, the Gatch family, the Ackermans, the Sheridan family, the Spell family. At some point through Ancestry DNA, I've been able to track, trace my father's DNA back to those surnames in the area of as close to like third cousins, and they are Caucasian, and they are all in that same like area. The Verdier family. I've reached out to some of them just for history, and some of them, you know, kind of distant, but it is what it is. I don't hold anything against people, you know, like that. It's a part of my history, and I just want to know, because some of the stories I heard were pretty intense. So, nevertheless, I got this book. Okay, so I'm going to open the book. Okay. All right, so let me cover that part up. So that is, okay, so this is how much the book cost. It was $103, but it was so worth it. $103, Carolina Book Trader. That's where that was the person that was auctioning this book off. So I got this. All right, and let's look here and see. This is what I'm talking about. When you look at, when you're looking for certain names, my grandfather's last name was, my great-grandfather was Wesley Brooks. I see the surname Brooks in this book. As I told you, I related to people through Ancestry DNA through the Hoyt family. I see that name as well. And so I'm just going to skim through this book, because this is actually, some of these pictures, look at this, the history of Walter Barrow. Some of these pictures, I've researched the book already. They were saying that some of the pictures in this book, no one else really has access to. So I just kind of wanted to skim through just to show you the resources that you can get on eBay if you're a genealogist, or if you're, you know, just beginning your research phases. Like, all of this is very important information. Why? Because through your research of your family history, you're going to find that you're more, there it is right there, look at that. I just said Fishburne. Look at that, Chaplain Fishburne Street. So when, as a mixed, I'm going to say this, as a mixed African American, when you know that your third great-grandparent may have been a plantation owner, and your third great-grandmother may have been his property, you have to open up your heart and mind that you may run into situations where you come face to face with the people that not only owned your family, but that also may have assaulted, or may have even had a secret relationship. I'm not saying that every issue was an assault, but or that it was forced, but most definitely we know that like 80% of it was. But then there were some people that did have relationships with people that owned them, and it's not like the women were in a position to say, oh no. So I'm sure some of them said, or went along with it just for their peace and just for the protection of their other family members. Look at this, Fishburne. Remember I just said that? As being one of the names that matched in my family lineage. So these are like old pictures from the, from eBay, from this book that I got from eBay. I also, really quick before I max out my time with this video, I also want to say that the Historical Society of South Carolina is absolutely an amazing resource for individuals that are looking for history, and old documents that are not on Ancestry.com or MyHeritage. There's a lot of things that are not on Ancestry. And, you know, I love Ancestry, but to a degree, you can't just rely just solely on Ancestry. You're going to have to reach out to other sources. There is a book that is at the Historical Society of South Carolina. And this is for all of those researchers, African Americans and Caucasians, European Americans that are looking for information about their grandparents that owned property, and that owned slaves, and then those of us that are African Americans that also own property and also own slaves, yes, and that also were slaves, that worked as slaves on plantations, in the Low Country, like the Walter Barrow area and more. So there's a book. It's called Bartholomew's Plantations of Colleton County by Mr. Lucas. It lists a lot of the plantations in the area. It costs to have them make a copy of that. You have to actually go to their website. There's a call number, and you write that call number in, and then you mail it in, and they'll make you a copy of it. Very briefly, that's how it looks right there. I can't really go into it too deep, but I just wanted you guys all to know that there are several ways of finding out history on your family, and not just history, getting pictures. Like, I believe documentation beats conversation any and every day of the week. Oh, look at this, Plantation Revivals of 1920. This is all Colleton County plantations, the big houses. So again, this is the Fashion Motivator. Please email me at motivator4401@gmail.com, motivator4401@gmail.com, for those of you that would like some help with your research projects. I love researching people's family history. I try to get as many documents as I can. It is not free. My time costs. But anybody that's looking for family history and that's really into this already knows that. Please send me an email. Please share the video. Again, go on eBay, type in the county that you're searching, maybe put books behind it, pictures behind it, or old history on eBay, and you will be surprised at what you get. All right, thank you guys for watching, and I look forward to getting those emails. All right, guys.